Hello my friends and welcome back to another episode of Noob or Not, my ongoing video series where I play the heroes of Overwatch with no UI so I can maintain an emphasis on positional awareness and teamwork. I find that when I have all the bells and whistles and lights on, my ADD kicks in and I go, ooh shiny, ooh shiny. And if I happen to see a shiny that's my ult, I'll use it when I don't need to use it because I want to use it. You know, the typical DPS mentality. Even I have it from time to time. Coming out on Route 66 with a bunch of the usual suspects. Let me go ahead and thank them right away. Gilka, Sweet Cheeks, Dank Memes, Warlock, and Rich C of Rich C Weekly. Rich, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. We are running out the door here, and because I'm playing with a bunch of usual suspects, many of whom are better than me, some of whom are as good as me, we are playing on casual here. It's quick play. We're not playing super hardcore, so I'm going to do some crazy things this time. I'm going to do some kind of noob tonic things, get the other team to get out of position, like what? Reinhardt trying to charge me so he can kill me, but that's not going to work with the rest of the team is left unprotected, Reinhardt. So we're just cruising right along, coming up here. But it was a big, long fight, so there was a couple of ultimates that were built up. And along the way, I do believe Reinhardt gets a hammer down on us right here. Yep, there it is. And it works up on top of the payload now, so I guess that's kind of cool. Well, it depends. It's supposed to work through the payload around whatever. When I do it, it doesn't. You know how it is. This game is glitchy in that way sometimes. Some of the abilities are kind of like that, but that one in particular kind of always gets me. Anyways, what I was saying here today is this is some older footage. This footage is almost 8 months old. I was looking through some archive footage because lately, ever since the replay mod came in for, well, I guess it's not a mod. Ever since the functionality to have replays came in to Overwatch, there have been discrepancies in the throughput, through the output. You would think it would just be a basic HDMI output signal, but it's going wonky. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, a lot of my recordings I record with a high-def capture card, all right? In my case, it's an Evermedia capture card that records 60 frames at 1080. I mean, it's not like an Elgato 4K capture card or anything like that, but, you know, it gets the job done. And I've always enjoyed that use, but, for my use case. But of late, the games have been recording. The hero selection screen has been fine. The game itself has been fine. The post-credit scenes, post-victory, sometimes post-loss scene. Not that you've ever seen a loss on this channel, because I win every time. But the medal screen and the recounting of how you did, the statistics screen, all of that's fine. But for some reason, from the moment the victory splash screen where the heroes pop up, and then the play of the game, certainly. The victory, there's like rubber banding in the video quality, which seems really weird, you know? The sounds seem right, but the video seems to pause and stutter and then rubber band forward. And I'm not sure why that would happen only at that one point, except, you know, troubleshooting possibly is part of the, maybe it's part of the new replay system, you know? Because the game is one set of information, and then when you go to watch the play of the game is not an actual recording of what you saw. It's data, game data, that's being repurposed to show you the play of the game. So often, if you're watching the play of the game and you're like, it doesn't look quite right, I mean, it looks right enough, like, yeah, I did that, but for some reason, like, let's say a Soldier 76 you were fighting against is shooting in a leftward direction instead of in a rightward direction, who was strafing back and forth before you at the time of incident, you know, live when it happened. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about, because the game will take the game data that it's accumulated. And so if, like, for example, you're playing against somebody who's experiencing extreme lag, or you're experiencing extreme lag, then your position and their position won't correlate exactly to where you saw it in your live game feed, alright? So I think that's a little bit to do with it. So, you know, a lot of my stuff that I've recorded, long story short, I know too late, 4 minutes too long, a lot of the stuff I've recorded has this glitch at the end, and I don't like it. I mean, it's, you know, kind of watchable, but it stutters really badly. And even though it only represents about 10 seconds, 15 seconds of the overall video, that quality control in me, you know, the ADD in me, again, that's why part of the reason I turn things off, so I don't have the shinies and the glowies distracting me all the time. Part of that, like, keeps me from wanting to put those up. But, you know, leave a comment below if you say it doesn't matter and you want to see those things. I'd be happy to do it. But what I've done of late is begun recording, like hitting F9 to make sure I get the play of the game, and then post-game, if it's, you know, when it's a good game, when it's a victory, when it's a victory, rendering out that, man, these guys really came out. They were super hungry for this, but whatever. When it's a victory, going in, rendering out the play of the game moment from the game's ability to do that. See, Reinhardt, enemy Reinhardt is being super aggressive, and since he's charging into my back line, he's either going to get a crush or he's not. So I push forward ever so slightly to try to make sure I get the crush. Anyway, so I've been recording the post-game content, and oh, here, I'm about to do a really newbie thing. I wanted to see if I could make this jump, and then I missed the jump, and I'm like, well, I'm not going all the way around there. I guess I could have gone right up the stairs and gone up and around and over, but that's way too much line, way too much time. I got to catch up to my team, who is wrecking it. Turret on the left. I'm going to go up on the left-hand side of the truck to get rid of anybody who's there, waiting for the turret to get out of the way so I can come around the corner. But by then, my team's already won. What a noob game. So basically, this particular game was about seeing if there was any mistakes, and really we just bull rushed right through them. So if you'd like to see more content, by all means, check out the top 15 plays of the game playlist on the bottom left, including my other new No UI game content, where we'll actually discuss positioning and teamwork and positional awareness and things of that nature. Hey, there's that, speaking of play of the game. Look, he whiffed on me. I didn't even realize he was swinging at me. Oh well. Until next time, bye-bye.